Another question I get a lot is, what is dating like on cruise ships? I'm a guest entertainer and I am not really, I'm a guest, I'm on the guest list, but I'm not really a guest. I'm also not really a crew. I'm in some weird gray area. So I'm going to first tell you what it's like to be crew dating on a ship, because most everybody who's on a ship working is going to be on the crew list. So I first joined ships in 2019 and it totally blew my mind, the dating scene on ships. I mean, there is so much drama. There is so much drama. It is wild. It is like a reality TV show behind the scenes. So the biggest thing for me is like, it's almost like a big like college, like university situation here. Like everybody lives on board and works on board. It's like summer camp. It's like summer camp is what it is. And you have a lot of people working a lot of hours who want to decompress. And of course, people get crushes on each other and people work. There's a ton of men and a ton of women, lots of things to choose from on board. And the cool thing is if you are on the crew list, at least at the cruise line that I worked for, you could date anybody in any department. It wasn't like you had restrictions on who you could or couldn't date. I mean, honestly, if the, room steward or the bartender wanted to date the captain, that was fine. Like, I think it's probably frowned on if you're like messing around with your direct supervisor, but I don't think that it's like against the rules, technically. So there's a lot of stuff like that going on. You get people dating from different departments, different countries. There's a lot of long distance relationships. If you get into a relationship on board, also, it's very close quarters. You live together, like all on board. So the whole trajectory of your dating life moves so much faster. You've been with someone just one night, it feels like you've been together a week. If it's been a week, it feels like it's a month. And if it's a month, it's like 6 months. And if you can make it 6 months on board, being in that close proximity with somebody all the time, then a lot of people will like get engaged and like try to make all this huge long distance commitment, make it work. So I've seen it work. I've also seen a lot of heartbreak. One other thing that is very interesting is there are a lot of people who work on cruise ships who have families back home who do not tell the people about them on board. So they'll come on acting like they are fully single when they are totally not single at all. And nobody will know until maybe like the wife comes on board and all of a sudden they're trying to hide the girlfriend. I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen it all working on ships. It's absolutely wild. So I always tell people to like vet the people that they try to date on board, like stalk them online and figure out their past and figure out if they're married, like talk to their friends. I think people should put their face up on the bulletin board in the crew rec room, being like, does anybody else think they're dating this man? Because we might be dating the same man. That sounds wild, but it's completely true. That being said, I met my husband when I was crew and I was a production vocalist and he was a cruise director. We were actually only friends for several months, like a very long time before we got together. And so that kind of just naturally progressed. And then by the time that we really got together, we essentially like weren't working together anymore because he was no longer my direct supervisor. And we immediately had to be long distance just from the get-go. So we learned very quickly how to make it work or not work. I will say the thing that really helps with cruise ship relationships, because you will most likely, you can get linked, which is where you like can travel together and like the company will try to put you together, but it doesn't always work, especially if your departments are different. It just depends on what the scheduling is like. You can get linked. If you can't, you're going to have to learn how to communicate. And the biggest way and the best way to do that is on WhatsApp, doing just video chatting and daily calls and messaging. It is a huge commitment and you have to decide you're ready to be long distance if that's what you decide to do. I've seen it work. Like, obviously, like I said, I'm married and it totally worked out for us. And, we live together now and everything's great. But yeah, it just, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It is like a huge reality TV show. I wish that they could just do like, a behind the scenes TV show, because it would be a hit. It would be number one. Anyway, let me know if you have any specific questions and I will answer them. Also, I can't forget the biggest rule. You cannot sleep with guests or date guests at all. You'll be fired. Okay. Thanks for watching.